This project focuses on designing and developing a simplified social media platform inspired by Instagram. The main idea is to understand how a real world application is built by applying software development methodologies starting from requirement analysis to final implementation. In today's digital world, social media has become an essential part of our daily life. However, as students, we often study concepts in theory but does not enough for practical exposure. So I thought instead for just learning concept, why not build something real? So that's how I came up with GM Insta, a project where we could apply our knowledge and understand how real system works. So, moving, what are the objectives of this projects are the main goal is to develop a mini social media application and to implement features like posting, likes and following, comments, creating contents and profiles, all of this. So also it helps us to understand system design using UML diagrams. UML diagrams includes two types of diagrams, that is user case diagrams and class diagrams, which we will discuss in the further slides. So, and it also helps us to gain hands-on experience in full stack development and also model the system and deliver usable UI, which nothing but design clean responsive screens following modern UI UX principles. All we will discuss in the further slides. So moving to the scope of the system. So what are the scope of this GM Insta? Is nothing but there are two scopes, that is in scope and out of scope. So what are that? So let's just see. So here the system allows user to register and log in, upload and view posts and like, comments and follow other users. The focus is on core features, keeping the system simple and functional. So advanced features like live streaming or it may be direct messaging is not included but can be added later. So this is the system scope of the system. So next is the requirement analysis. So what are the requirement engineers? So what are the things we required to develop this project? So understanding the system needs. So what the system asks. So there are four aspects, that is stakeholders, functional requirements, non-functional requirements and feasibility study. So we will go one by one. So what is stakeholders? So stakeholders is nothing but it's a end users who interact with the app, like admin who manages content or developers who build the system. So those are called stakeholders. So what are the functional requirements? So functional requirements just is nothing but like allow user registration and login, enabling posting and view content, and supports like liking the post, commenting and give following feedback. All this comes under functional requirements. And in non-functional requirements, here the system should be fast and responsive, secure for user data and easy to use, scalable for future growth. So all this come under non-functional requirement. So what are the feasible study? So the project is feasible. Why this is feasible? Because technologies like React for front end, Node.js for back end are available, which are very best combination for to develop a project. So it's a low cost. Also it's a low cost using open source codes. It is easy for users to operate. So this is the requirement of our projects. So let's moving next to the system designs. So system design is nothing but the organization and the system, means how the system is designed, what are the things we have, how it operates. So this is just the overview we will see here. So how the data is flowed. So here there are four modules, that is authentication, second one is profile management, third one is post and feed, and fourth one is interaction. In authentication modules is nothing but login and sign up. In profile means putting your credential and creating your profile in the app. And post modules means manages post creation and display. Interaction module means handles like, comments and follows, and also the chit chats like chattings you have done, no? That. So how the data is flowed? Here the data flows as from users, it goes to front end, from front end it sends to back end, and the back end data is sent to database, and then the same response back to the user, same from database, then database to backend, backend to front end, and then to user. So this ensures smooth communication between all parts of the system. Next, moving to the UML model. So what is, as I have mentioned before, the UML models, it consists of two parts, that is use case diagram and class diagram. So one by one we will briefly see what they are. So just what is use case diagram? It just shows how user interact with the system, and class diagram means it's the structure, how the structure is. So we will see it in detail in the further slides. So what is use case diagram? So as I told, it is the interaction between the user and the system. So here we have actors in the system, that is users, and second one is registered actors, and the third one is the admin. So admin is optional, basically. Here register is the main character and guest is the user. User is the guest. So here we can see that in user he can view limited content, and he can have a register to few accounts, means he can register to new accounts, does not have full access, he does not have full access who uses, but the registered user can log in and log out, can create and upload post, view feeds, like and comments on post, follow unfollow the other users. This actor interacts with almost all the system features. Then the admin, it's optional, he can only manage the users, remove inappropriate post. So this is the use case diagram. So next we will move to the class diagram. In class diagram, it is the structure of the system. So it contains attributes, it contains entities, entities contains attributes, like that. So here we have attributes like user, post, comment, like, message, all these are attributes. No, all these are entities, and user ID, post ID, these all are attributes, and methods are nothing but this, register, login, update page, these are called methods. So here we have basically 1 2 3 4 5 entities in which we have different types of attributes and methods. So that is discussed here, and here also they have mentioned the relationship between the user, post, and different entities. So the relationship between the user and the post is one to many. So that means one post can have many comments. So like that only, the post and comment, one post can have many comments, as I told, and user and post means one user can post many posts, he can post n number of posts, how many number he wants, and he can also like how many user authentication he can do. So like that the system is designed. So this is the class diagram of the project. So let's moving to the database design. Database design is nothing but the ER diagram. So here ER diagram also consisting of entities like user, post, comments, likes, messages, and the attributes called user ID, post ID, comment ID, message ID, and like ID. So all these are called attributes. So here attributes have primary key and foreign key. Primary key is nothing but a unique key which it contains. When these primary keys are also used in other entities, they becomes the foreign keys. So as we can see here, user ID for user is primary key, but when it comes in the entity post, it becomes foreign key. So like this it defines, and it also have the relationship between the user and post one to many, user and message one to many, post and comments one to many, and user and comments one to many. So like that one user can have n number of posts, one user can comment on n number of posts, one user can text with n number of other users, and he can also like. So like this the ER diagram is designed here. So next, moving to the system architecture. So system architecture contains three tier architecture. So three tier architecture means they are mainly consisting of presentational layer, application layer and data layer. Presentational layer, what presentation layer actually contains? It is a front end and application layer contains the back end, and data layer contains the database. Okay, so let's go one by one. So here, presentation layer consisting of front end. So in this project we have used React.js to build the front end, which contains user interface, post management, interaction, real time chat, notification, all this. For backend we have used Node.js and Express.js, which controls all the backend activities, which connects to the database and fetch the information from the database and gives to the front end. It mainly acts as an intermediate between the front end and the database. So all this comes under back end API modules like authentication module, user module, post module, interaction module, chat module, notification module. All this comes under this. And finally, the data layer contains a database. It contains all the data within it, and when the front end user is wanted to fetch it, they can go through this manner. So here it is, that's it about the architecture layer. So let's move into the UI UX model. It is nothing but the overall whatever we have built it will be discussed in this session. So here what are the wireframes? So wireframes is nothing but what are the things we have built here. So here first is the GM insta. It is the login page. So here login page contains email, password. So user have to apply his credential and have to log into the app. Before login, if he is new to this, then he have to register for, then he comes to the login page. Then after all completing this authentication part, finally the home or feed screen will be opened, and then he can edit his profile by posting some pictures or bio, like that. All he can do here. He can post and comment on others' posts, as well as he can build his connections by following other users, and he can also chat with other users and have a strong bond with them. So like this the UI UX model will be working. So the future scope of this is nothing but it's a direct messaging that facilitates private, secure one-to-one and group conversation between users, and then short form videos introducing engaging videos content, sharing to delivery user post, API personalizations, and creator monetization, AI personalization. All this will be done in the future. So this is it. So by concluding this, I want to tell that it combines all the theoretical knowledge with practical implementation and covers all stages of the software development life cycle. This experience has improved my technical skills and understanding of system design. So thank you.